Today we are going to take a very important topic which is types of wills and requirements of a valid will. लेकिन इस टॉपिक को करने से पहले we need to understand some very important things, right? देखो एक टर्म आपके पास हमेशा आएगी कि टेस्टामेंट्री सक्सेशन एंड इंटरस्टेट क्या होता है. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन टेस्टामेंट्री सक्सेशन एंड इंटरस्टेट. If someone doesn't decide that how his or her assets are going to distribute the post death, यानी अगर कोई भी आदमी अपने जिंदा रहते हुए ये डिसाइड नहीं करता है या डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं करता है कि उसकी एसेट्स कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होगी उसके जाने के बाद, दैट्स वेरी सिंपल, वो सक्सेशन कहलाएगा इंटरस्टेट सक्सेशन. वेरी सिंपल. So interstate means that someone hasn't planned any succession planning, उसने कोई भी succession planning नहीं की है. इसका मतलब यह है कि उसके जाने के बाद उसकी जो assets हैं वो on the basis of the religion he follows वो उस एक्ट के हिसाब से बटेंगी. वो एक्ट कौन कौन से हम आगे पढ़ने वाले हैं. रिलीजन के हिसाब से एक्ट बटे हुए हैं. हिंदू, जैन, सिख्स बोथ पे अलग है हिंदू सक्सेशन एक्ट. क्रिश्चियंस, पारसीज पे लगता है इंडियन सक्सेशन एक्ट और मुस्लिम्स के लगता है मोहम्मदन लॉ. So what I am trying to make you understand, if somebody doesn't plan for the succession of the assets, right, तो वो succession कहलाता है interstate succession. On the contrary, if somebody is planning, if somebody has a legal document, somebody has made a will कि उसका asset कैसे बटेगा उसके जाने के बाद, इस succession को हम कहते हैं testamentary succession. Please try to understand. You need to have a clarification between these two. Testamentary succession का मतलब ये होता है कि legal document से अगर succession होगा, and that legal document can be a will also, right? If somebody is writing a will before the death कि भाई ऐसे ऐसे my assets are going to be distributed, that will be a testamentary succession. और अगर मैं कुछ भी बता के नहीं जाता हूँ, कुछ भी मैंने नहीं किया है, will मैंने नहीं लिखी है या किसी भी और सक्सेशन प्लानिंग के इंस्ट्रूमेंट की हेल्प मैंने नहीं ली है, तो वो सक्सेशन कहलाएगा इंटरस्टेट सक्सेशन. एंड इन दिस काइंड ऑफ सक्सेशन व्हिच व्हेन समबडी डजंट प्लान, फिर वो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिलीजन दैट समवन फॉलो, उसके हिसाब से वो एक्ट के हिसाब से आगे संपत्ति या एसेट्स का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होगा. वो कैसे होता है, विल टॉक इट लेटर, राइट. नाउ सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात, देयर आर 4 इंपॉर्टेंट पीपल इन ए विल. अब विल क्या है? विल ए लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट. विल एक लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट है जिसमें मैं लिख के ये बताऊंगा कि कौन कौन सी एसेट किस किस आदमी को मेरे जाने के बाद जानी चाहिए. लेकिन उसके लिए 4 इंपॉर्टेंट लोग एक विल में होते हैं. सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट होता है टेस्टेटर. एंड टेस्टेटर इज नो वन बट समबडी हु राइट्स ए विल, राइट. यस रिया, टेस्टामेंट्री विल इंक्लूड द हैंड रिटन विल आल्सो. विल को कैसे भी लिखा जा सकता है, हाथ से लिखिए, टाइप करिए, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, बट मैं उस पर आगे आऊंगा. But for your question, testamentary succession is writing a will, handwritten will also. So testator is what? Testator is nothing but someone who writes a will. जो will लिख रहा है वो testator कहलाता है, right? Beneficiary. So who are the beneficiary? मान लीजिए कोई लिखता है कि मेरी बेटे को ये asset जाएगा, मेरी daughter in law को ये asset जाएगा. This asset will go to my daughter. This asset will go to my grandson. So all these people are beneficiary. The people who are going to benefit from that will, those people will be called beneficiary in that particular will. Now, the most important person of a will, that is called executor. Please understand. This executor has a responsibility to execute the will as per the wish of the testator. यानी ये वो आदमी है जो ये डिसाइड करेगा और ये इंश्योर करेगा कि जिस तरह से टेस्टेटर ने विल लिखी है और जो चीजें टेस्टेटर चाहता था वो बेसिकली वैसा ही एग्जीक्यूट हो, राइट. तो ही विल द पर्सन हु विल कैरी आउट द प्रोसेस. और मैं आपको फॉर योर नॉलेज आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू, दीज एग्जीक्यूटर्स कैन बी हायर्ड. दीज एग्जीक्यूटर्स कैन बी हायर्ड विद सम मनी, राइट. इनको हायर किया जा सकता है. देयर आर फर्म्स हु वर्क्स एज एन एग्जीक्यूटर इन द विल. So after the death of the testator, the execution of the will be processed by the executor, right? Now we will later on understand what are the responsibilities of executor. Executor कौन-कौन हो सकता है, executor के पास क्या-क्या पावर होती है, वो सब हम समझेंगे. लेकिन अभी आपको ये समझना है कि executor is a person who executes the will, who carry out the entire process of the distribution of the asset, right? among the beneficiaries. And the fourth one is witness. Every legal will should have two witness undersigned. यानी दो witnesses को कम से कम sign करना है हर will को. Now, please understand that witness should be a sound mind people and above 18 years of age. यानी a major can be a witness and the person who is of sound mind. Sound mind means that he is the capable enough to take decisions. यानी अगर उसे decision लेना ही नहीं आएगा, he is not mature enough, he is not sound enough by his mind, that person cannot be a witness. So guys, these are the four people who are very, very important. Testator. कभी क्वेश्चन आ जाए, who is the testator? Very simple. Who writes a will? Beneficiary, who are going to be benefited from the will. Executor, the person who will execute the will, who will basically carry out the entire process of distribution of the assets among the beneficiaries. And the witness, every legal will should have two witnesses. दो witnesses के sign होंगे सारी legal will पे, otherwise वो will legal नहीं मानी जाएगी. Now my question to all of you, please answer this in the chat box. What is the minimum age for writing a will in India? बताइए. What's the minimum age for writing a will in India? Is it 18? Let me check your answers. Please tell me what will be the minimum age for writing a will in India. Now you have two options. Any one of this is correct. Yes, Uma Shankar, you are right. The 21 is the age in India when you can write a will. But it doesn't mean that anyone who is 21 can write a will. Of course, you should be a sound mind person. When I say sound mind, it means that medically you should be fit with your brain, right? Like you should not be incapacitated or ineligible for with your mind, so that you cannot take these kind of decision. But कि आपको अपने assets का distribution कैसे करना है. तो please remember, you should be at least 21 with a sound mind. In India, you can write a will so early, right? Otherwise, what do you think? Do people in India write will in the age of 21, or what they do? I mean, Bhavi Jain says that what happens if I have some assets at the age of 19 but I die? How the assets will be distributed? Very good question. So for answering this question, I'll unmute all of you. See, Bhavi Jain says that yes, there are certain conditions when people in the age of 18, they are accumulating lot of money, right? Like in the age of 18, somebody make the assets, but law says that before 21 he cannot make a will. But what does happen if he dies before 21, right? So please understand this. When the law says that you cannot make a will before 21, it means you cannot make a will. But is will the only option how you can your asset succession planning? No, there is another method called making a trust, right? So after 18, you can make a trust, but you cannot write a will, because will writing is not the only option how you basically pass on your assets to the next generation or anybody whom do you want to pass on these assets, right? Okay. So now we are absolutely clear that someone who is 21 years of age with a sound mind can write a will in India, right? So the first type of will which I'm going to talk about today is called privileged will. You are basically have a picture on your screen. What you can come out with when you see this picture? Can anybody guess? What can be a privileged will? Any guess what you can come out with this picture? Soldier, okay? So I'm putting all of you on a mode wherein you can unmute yourself, guys. Okay. Any person die? Okay, Ataldeep. Any person die in war? Very good. Okay. Anybody else? What do you can come out with this picture? Okay. So I think Ataldeep, you are right. There are soldiers who are fighting at the border. right? There is war going on, and otherwise also, if there is no war, we, at our borders there are disturbance. Sometimes what may happen that somebody is dying, especially soldier, right? So in this case, this privilege is given to that dying soldier, that even he can basically have his will orally also. At the time of his death, अगर वो orally भी किसी को ये बता दे कि how his assets are going to be distributed, तो ऐसी will को कहते हैं privileged will. But this privileged will can be written by the only with privileged people, like a soldier dying, right, at a war front. It must be absolutely clear to all of you, right? So now, a privileged will is an informal will which remains valid even though it does not fulfill the usual legal requirements. So what is the usual legal requirement? It should be a written will. It should be a will which should be witnessed by two people. It should be a will which will, which should have an executor, right? But here, this will is not having all these usual legal requirements, but still it is a valid will. And this privilege is given to the people who are basically dying at the war front. So privilege will are normally written but can be oral, right? अगर normally written भी है, written है तो मान लीजिए हाथ में लिख दिया उसने, लेकिन oral भी हो सकती है. A special will made in extraordinary circumstances like war, dangerous expedition, such will can be made oral or in writing. So what will be the unprivileged will? It's very simple. Something which is not privileged will, that is unprivileged will. यानी normal condition में जो will लिखी हुई है, normal condition में जो will लिखी हुई है, वो कहलाएगी unprivileged will. Will in normal conditions are called unprivileged, like the people who are normal, right? जैसे generally जो will लिखी जाएगी, मान लीजिए और with all beneficiaries वो बताएगा, executor को appoint करेगा, वो right? विटनेस करवाएगा, जरूरत पड़ेगी तो रजिस्टर्ड भी कराएगा विल को. तो ये सब चीजें क्या है? दिस इज अनप्रिविलेज्ड विल. अनप्रिविलेज्ड विल फॉर द अनप्रिविलेज्ड पीपल. प्रिविलेज्ड विल मस्ट बी इन राइटिंग, contain a signature or mark of the testator. यहाँ पे unprivileged will आएगा, I'm sorry. Unprivileged will must be in writing, contain a signature or mark of the testator. अब आप लोग सब समझते हैं कि testator क्या होता है. In presence of two attesting witnesses who must also sign or affix their marks in the presence of the testator. ये यहाँ ये कहना चाह रहा है कि यहाँ पे जो अनप्रिविलेज्ड विल है वो राइटिंग में होनी चाहिए, उस पे सिग्नेचर होगा, टेस्टेटर यानी हु राइट्स द विल इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ टू विटनेसेस, राइट, एंड वो दोनों विटनेस भी उस पे साइन करेंगे, राइट. दैट इज अ नॉर्मल विल, एक नॉर्मल प्रोसीजर है. अच्छा, मुझे एक बात बताओ कि विल लिखने के लिए क्या स्टैम्प पेपर की जरूरत होती है? इज देयर एनीथिंग, आई मीन, इज द स्टैम्प पेपर required for writing a will? Is it must, or any other type of paper? Okay, so you're saying no. So you have this understanding that any paper can be taken, right, and on that the will can be written. You are absolutely correct, right? So for will writing you don't need to have a stamp paper. On a simple plain paper will can be written. Very very simple, right? एक सिंपल साधारण से पेपर पर भी आप will लिख सकते हो. आगे चलते हैं. Now the another part and another type of will is called contingent or conditional will. Very very simple. Sometimes the situation arises when a person says कि मेरा will तब execute हो जब ये वाली conditions meet हो जाए. यानी when a testator has a condition that if this condition meets, then only the will should be applicable or execute करना है उसको. So condition will is used by a person when he or she, यानी he or she मतलब testator की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे, he wants the will to become effective only on the fulfillment of certain condition. यानी सिंपल विल नहीं है, अगर वो कंडीशन हुई तो विल इफेक्टिव होगी, अदरवाइज नहीं होगी. then this type of will comes into the effect in case of an event satisfying the condition mentioned in the will. And I have taken the example for this. Pratik, please don't on your video. So what is conditional will? मान लीजिए I am writing a will in favor of B's daughter, right, for a certain asset. But I say that this will only be effective if B dies before the marriage of the daughter of B. यानी मैं एक कंडीशनल विल लिख रहा हूं जहां पे मैं बी की डॉटर को कोई असर देना चाहता हूं, लेकिन मैंने ये भी कहा साइमल्टेनियसली कि बी की डॉटर को ये एसेट तब मिलेगी अगर बी जो है उसकी मैरिज से पहले उसकी डेथ हो जाए. सो आई हैव बेसिकली गिवन ए कंडीशन फॉर गिविंग द एसेट्स टू बीज डॉटर. उसके लिए अगर बी की डेथ उसकी मैरिज से पहले हो जाती है तो एसेट मिलेगी, अदरवाइज दिस एसेट can go to anyone whom the testator wants, right? So these kind of conditions somebody can put on, right? One question to all of you: can only be assets transferred to the beneficiaries through a will? Can liabilities also be transferred through a will? Tell me. Can I say that I want to give this 1 crore rupees of house to my son, but he will also repay 40 lakh rupees of loan taken by X? Can I say this? बताओ भाई. Can I pass my liabilities also to the beneficiaries? Yes, it is very much possible. If I am giving assets to my beneficiaries, I can give liabilities too, but definitely up to the extent of the assets, right? Otherwise, so non-beneficiary will हो गई, right? Up to the transferred assets, yes, definitely. Otherwise, तो liability अगर ज़्यादा हो गई, तो non-beneficiary will हो गई, ठीक है? So yes, so अभी तक सिर्फ ये समझना है कि yes, liabilities too can be transferred through a will to the beneficiaries. Now, so we are done with privileged will, we are done with conditional will. Now concurrent will. See, con मतलब ही together होता है. This is an Italian word, right? जैसे conference, बहुत सारे लोग एक साथ, right? Con call, बहुत सारे लोग एक साथ कॉल पे होते हैं. तो जहां भी कौन आ जाए इसका मतलब ये समझ लेना कि this word basically is talking about too many people together. So concurrent wills are basically written by a person who has 2 or more wills having the instruction about the disposal of property. Sometimes what might happen that people are basically dividing the assets into different wills, right? Like how, what they can do, they can have all immovable assets in a single will, and they can have all other movable assets in another will. So concurrent will is nothing but basically writing 2 wills, right, together for basically different kind of assets. Let's say I have will A and will B, right? And in this will I have only immovable assets, and in this will I have only all movable assets. So somebody can write concurrent wills also. So for example, one will in the concurrent will can have the details about disposal of all the immovable assets. At the same times, another will deals with the disposal of all the movable assets. So I can have 2 wills, right, for the different kind of assets. That will be called concurrent wills. So let's say I have a will for movable properties and I can have will for immovable properties. So movable properties are what? Car, cash, jewelry, all are your movable assets, movable properties whom someone will want to distribute or give to the generations. Immovable property are what? Your house, your factory, your manufacturing units, all these are immovable properties. If I want, I can write concurrent wills also. Immovable property separate, movable property separate. Tell me one more thing. I'm just asking you in the taxation. Let's say generally people make beneficiaries in wills to their immediate relatives, son, daughter, daughter-in-law, wife, right? If I want to give my all assets to my neighbor or my servant who has given me the service for his entire life, let's say. So can I do this? Can I give my entire assets or my money to my servant, to my neighbor, to anybody else who is not at all related to me by blood? Can I do this in the will? Girdhari says yes by will. Sandeep says yes. Anybody else? Anybody else in the new people who have joined today? Can I do this? Can I give my assets to anybody else who is not related to me by blood in the will? Bharat Rawat says yes. Absolutely correct answer. It's your assets. You can give to anybody, anybody. If you do not write a will and you had a wish to give these assets to anybody else in your family, other than your family, then it's not possible. If you do not write a will and if someone dies intestate, then according on the basis of the religion someone follow, and there are separate acts in India, right? उसके हिसाब से वैसे बटेगी, लेकिन उसमें कहीं भी पड़ोसी या सर्वेंट नहीं होता है. यानी अगर आपको अपनी इच्छा से, Anish Jain says that yes, it can be challengeable in court. भाई साहब अगर आपकी will legal है, right? आपको पता है कि प्रेमवदा बिड़ला जो थी, उन्होंने सारी संपत्ति अपने चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट के नाम कर दी थी. आई थिंक अनीश जैन के नाम से अभिषेक ने लॉगिन किया हुआ है, if I'm not wrong. Abhishek, if your will is valid, you're legal, then even if your will is challenged in the court, nobody can do anything. Premvada Birla gave her all assets to chartered accountant, right? So you can do anything. It's your money, right? लेकिन अगर फैमिली से बाहर किसी को देना है, बिकॉज वो आपका लीगल हेयर नहीं है, अगर he is not your legal heir, if you want to give your assets to somebody who is not your legal heir, then वो आपको सक्सेशन प्लानिंग करना ही पड़ेगा. वो टेस्टेमेंट्री सक्सेशन यानी विल के थ्रू ही जा सकता है, राइट? अभी तो यार घर में इतने झगड़े हैं, राइट? रिया जैन, लीगल मींस होता है कि दो विटनेस हो, हर पन्ने पे साइन हो, आगे सारी बातें करने वाला हूं वैसे तो, लेकिन लीगल मींस होता है कि यू डन ऑल द फॉर्मेलिटीज रिगार्डिंग योर विल, राइट? एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, पीपल चैलेंज द विल इन द कोर्ट, but if you are prepared, if you have made your will with all the formalities which is required and all important step you've taken, right, the authenticity of the will increases and it's very difficult to challenge in the court, right? So it's very, very important. Okay, so it's clear, you can give your assets to anybody, whomsoever you want, right? But through a will only, otherwise not. Otherwise वो legal heirs में बटेगा as per act. Now, please pay attention. There is a will called mutual will. What you can come out with this picture, guys? What can be a mutual will? Can anybody tell me? I'm putting yourself, all of you, when you can unmute yourself. Can anybody talk to me? Bolo bhai.
If the husband and wife decides to have one will only, then it can.
Who is talking?
Bhavya, sir, Bhavya.
Okay. So Bhavya says if a husband and wife decide to write a one will, two persons one will, Riyazin. Okay. Anybody else? See, actually try here. All of you have given a good try. Please try to understand, students. Mutual will is nothing but when a husband and wife generally decides that we will basically mutually write a will. So mutually means we will write a two will, right? एक हस्बैंड लिखता है, एक वाइफ लिखती है, राइट? हस्बैंड विल लिखता है, रेसिप्रोकल बेनिफिट देता है कि अगर मुझे कुछ हो जाए, if something happens to husband, all the assets will be transferred to the wife, and wife writes a will that if anything happens to me, the entire assets will go to husband, right? तो वाइफ की तो वाइफ के पास है ही ना ऑलरेडी जो उसके नाम है, तो वाइफ के नाम पे जो है वो हस्बैंड को चली जाएगी, हस्बैंड है तो हस्बैंड के पास हस्बैंड की है ही, हस्बैंड को कुछ हो जाता है तो हस्बैंड की सारी वाइफ को चली जाएगी. तो म्यूचुअल विल मींस व्हेन यू बेसिकली गिविंग द रेसिप्रोकल बेनिफिट्स, राइट, हस्बैंड की विल में ये लिखा हुआ है कि एंटायर एसेट्स आफ्टर द डेथ ऑफ हस्बैंड विल गो टू वाइफ, और वाइफ की विल में लिखा हुआ है कि इफ एनीथिंग हैपेंस टू मी माय एंटायर एसेट विल गो टू द माय हस्बैंड. दैट इज कॉल्ड म्यूचुअल विल, wherein the beneficiaries are reciprocal. हस्बैंड के लिए कौन है? हस्बैंड की विल में बेनिफिशियरी है वाइफ, और वाइफ की विल में बेनिफिशियरी है हस्बैंड. As evident from the name, in this type of will, the testator, who is testator? Somebody who writes a will, confers on other for the benefits. It is executed by husband and wife during their lifetime to pass the benefit to other people during their lifetime. Right? A mutual will is executed by two people, both testators, who mutually agree on certain terms and conditions and confer reciprocal benefits upon each other, making each other legatees. So legatees का मतलब क्या होता है? Legatees का मतलब कुछ नहीं है. Legatees मतलब beneficiaries only, right? The terms and conditions of such will be are binding on the surviving testator, जो basically बच गया है, after the death of the other. Common examples include a will between a husband and wife distributing their respective estates to each other in the case of death. इसीलिए मैं बार-बार बोल रहा हूँ husband and wife का नाम, क्योंकि generally this will is basically written by husband and wife only. What can be a joint will, guys? रिया जैन जो भी will लिखता है, he cannot be witness. Please understand this. Somebody who is a testator cannot be witness in any case. जो लिख रहा है वही विटनेस कैसे हो सकता है? विटनेस विल बी समवन एल्स, राइट? सो गाइस, व्हाट कैन बी अ जॉइंट विल? Ankit Agarwal says two persons preparing single will. Anijan says beneficiary can be witness. Oh, beneficiary cannot be witness. और बोलिए, beneficiary cannot be witness. यानी जो को जिसको मिलने वाला है assets, he cannot be a witness. Please remember this. Testator cannot be witness. Beneficiary cannot be a witness. चलो, जब विटनेस की बात चली रही है, बस तो आगे बात करने वाला हूं. तो कैन एग्जीक्यूटर बी ए विटनेस? बेनिफिशियरी के लिए मैंने मना किया, टेस्टेटर के लिए मैंने मना किया. And there is a person called executor who has a responsibility to pass out these assets to the beneficiaries. Can he be a witness? Bhavijan says no. Uma Shankar Sharma says no. And I says yes. Executor can be a witness, but preferably you should have a third person, right? Preferably you should have a third person, so that authenticity increases of your will, right? Why would you have two people on one place? Have a third person involved in this, right? So executor can be a witness, but preferably you should have a third person. Vedant, yes, you're right. Executor can be a witness, but yes, you must have a third person, preferably. So guys, I'll come to the joint will again. What is the joint will? What does it mean? ओ बेनिफिशियरी कितने भी होना, एक हो 10 हो, से क्या फर्क पड़ता है? बेनिफिशियरीज कैन नॉट बी विटनेस. उमा शंकर, प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. बेनिफिशियरीज कैन बी एनी. आई हैव 4 सन्स, 4 डॉटर इन लॉ, 4 बच्चे, 4 की बहुएं, उनके बेटे, उनके बेटों के बेटे, कितने भी हो ना, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? बेनिफिशियरी कैन नॉट बी विटनेस. 50 होंगे तो भी विटनेस नहीं बनेंगे, 50 में से एक भी. ठीक है? 2 persons 1 will. यस, जॉइंट विल. बिल्कुल सही जवाब. When 2 people together write a single will for their assets, that is called a joint will, right? Generally, who writes a joint will? Again, tell me the answer. Who will write a joint will? Generally, again, sometimes husband and wife, right? But try to understand, a joint will is a legal document executed by 2 or more people, which merges their individuals' wills into a single combined last will and testament. So it's a will in which two people are giving their assets declaration, right? They are writing a single will for joint assets. Are joint will for joint assets? Or let's say husband has some assets in his name, wife has assets in her name. Can they basically write this joint will only for joint assets or for the assets individually in their own name? What do you understand by this? Tell me. बोलिए. For all the assets, even in their individual names, they can write a joint will. Please do not, misunderstand this that only for the joint assets, the joint will is there. Any assets, any individual name assets, you can write a joint will, right? अब देखिए, but Indian law says even if you write a joint will, that joint wills are basically two separate wills. How? I'll tell you. Husband and wife both had some wish to distribute their assets according to the will. They wrote a joint will, but husband dies. So what will happen कि जो husband अगर चला गया तो husband का जो भी asset है वो वहीं से ही फिर उसका सक्सेशन होने चालू हो जाएगा. यानी ऑन द जो भी उसने विल लिखा है उसको वो ऐसा नहीं है कि then there will be weight of the death of wife. Try to understand, legally they are both single will. यानी husband dies, joint will है. जैसे ही husband का death हुआ, husband ने जो will में लिखा हुआ है उसके हिसाब से the distribution of the assets will start. There will be no weight of the death of the wife कि भैया wife भी चली जाए उसके बाद joint will है तो दोनों का joint assets execution होगा. No. Once husband dies, the will वहीं खत्म, वहीं से execution चालू हो जाएगा. Right? Okay? So joint will are independent wills of two people and comes into the effect after death of first testator, as I already told you. Law takes it two separate wills, generally not advisable. क्यों इतना फंसना है, right? And like a contract, through unlike a regular will, you or your partner can't change or revoke a joint. जो आप बना गए आपने बना दिया, right? क्योंकि आपने इसलिए बनाया because आप ये चाहते थे कि मेरी assets का distribution ऐसे ही हो, वाइफ ही चाहती थी मेरी assets का distribution ऐसे ही हो. दोनों में से जो पहले जाएगा उसकी जो विश के हिसाब से जो उसकी assets है उसका execution वहीं से चालू हो जाएगा. As per the will, the assets distribution will start from there on, right? आगे चलते हैं. Now there is a will called holographic will. What you can understand by this picture? Can anybody tell me? Lot of chat. Yes, mutual will could be better option. Yes, in the joint will. Yes, Pratik, you're right. So guys, tell me the answer. What can be the holographic will? Simple will, sadharan. Anybody else? Don't Google it, right? What is a holographic will? If you have this question, what is holographic will? Please remember, a handwritten will is called holographic will. हाथ से लिखी हुई will is called holographic will. What do you think, when you will become CFP and you will be doing the estate planning also, which probably has the least literacy in financial planner and in the normal people of this country? I'm telling you, people might have knowledge about investments, might have knowledge about retirement planning and everything, but in fact उसके लिए भी knowledge नहीं है, वो तो मैं नहीं मानता हूँ. Again, this topic which I'm teaching you and which I'll be teaching you for the next 4-5 classes, people in India have a least literacy about this estate planning. And I already told you 78% litigation in Indian court are of family disputes. If Hindustan के आदमी estate planning को ढंग से समझ जाएं, अपने will को लिखने लग जाएं, estate planning करें, तो इंडिया के कोर्ट खाली हो सकते हैं. बाकी 22% में you can see lot of other crimes but 78% cases in India are of family disputes of property distribution, right? Because people in India do not plan their estate, and that's why after the death of someone, the family basically fights with each other. Relationship भी खराब होती है, और सबसे बड़ा नुकसान ये होता है कि अपनी इच्छा से जो पैसा एक आदमी अपने आने वाली जनरेशन को देना चाहता है, वो भी नहीं देता है। जनरली इंडिया में एक प्रॉब्लम और है कि लोगों को लगता है कि अभी विल लिखने की जल्दी क्या है, अभी तो मेरे को डायबिटीज भी नहीं है, अभी तो मेरे को ब्लड प्रेशर रहना भी स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ। Why should write a will? I am absolutely fit. Please remember, nobody knows. Death is uncertain, right? And generally, what happens in India, people think about writing a will after the retirement, and this is the biggest mistake probably they do, right? What do you think, guys? When one should write a will? What is the right age and right time to write a will? Let's discuss this. This is the practical problem which you face, and this is something which you'll be talking to your clients when you'll be meeting with them. Believe me, if you know how to write a legal will, you can charge anything to your client. There are a lot of people I know who are ready to give any amount of money to you if you can help them to write a will. This can be a big business in the coming days. So Bhavi Jain says now you should write a will. क्या ये सही एज हो चुकी है? Anytime you have assets, and if you want to change you can do that anytime. Okay, great. Anybody else? सोचो यार, कब लिख सकता है आदमी will? 21 साल और साउंड माइंड तो मैंने बता दिया। उसके अलावा जिंदगी का वो ऐसा कौन सा टाइम है जब उसे लगना चाहिए कि यार नाउ दिस इज अ टाइम व्हेन you should write a will? When you NF assets मतलब कितना 100-200 करोड़ रुपए? What is the definition of NF assets? Ataldeep 30. Okay, let's discuss this. This is very important. बोलिए भाई, कभी लिखना है will?
सर इसका कोई स्टैंडर्ड टाइम थोड़ी होगा, जब आपकी इच्छा है तब आप लिख सकते हो।
कौन बोल रहा है?
सुजीत सर।
इसके लिए क्या स्टैंडर्ड टाइम?
कोई स्टैंडर्ड टाइम नहीं है कि मतलब विल लिखना ही है आपको, आपकी जब आपको लगे कि हाँ जब आप हो गए हैं उस लायक आप विल लिख सकते हो, लाइक आपकी मैरिज हो गई।
So you have enough to do yourself according to one's lifestyle. Okay, very good. See, very important. Once please try to understand that you can revise your wills always, because your last will is the will which is a valid will. So you can revise your wills always, no problem. Dhruv says when your children are mature. Okay. Try to understand the simple answer to this question is, I think if I take it on myself that when should I write a will? So once the first moment when I realize is that yes, I have liabilities now, my children are growing, and I have a reasonable assets. Reasonable asset means something to pass on to my generations. I can write a will. There is no age that can be in the age of 35, that can be in the age of 30, that can be in the age of 40, but not more than that. And after that, if every 10 years, if I think that yes, I have a different assets, my asset size has increased, my mindset has changed, then I can revise my will. I'll let it talk about how to revise will, what is conditional and everything. But yes, first time in my life when I realize is yes, I have a reasonable or I have something to pass on to my generations, and yes, I have liabilities too. So at that moment of time, you must realize कि अभी time आ गया है, मैं 30 साल का हूँ, 35 साल का हूँ, मेरे पास कुछ चीज ऐसी जुड़ चुकी है जिसे मुझे I should ensure कि इसे मुझे कैसे distribute करना है. So from there on, you can start writing a will. और ऐसा नहीं है कि हर 6 महीने में will लिखना है. Definitely, when you think then you have to revise. Let's say वैसे तो पता नहीं चलता कि death कब होती है आदमी की, लेकिन you can revise in let's say 4-5 years, and then that's how you have to do it. But Indian scenario, believe me, is very horrific as far as estate planning is concerned. And people in the age of my parents and your parents are not able to understand what is the importance of a will. I told you in the last class also, when I took an example of my family, wherein my own father-in-law could not give an asset to my wife. And believe me, I'm talking you today about the will, and you won't believe the last word I had with my father-in-law was about a will. It was in 2017. I never knew this. The person whom I'm talking about a will just die after 7 days. And he was talking to write a will. Can you believe this? Death is so uncertain, right? We are doing nomination in our investment. It can be considered as a will. Absolutely not. जब आपने ये तार छेड़े ही हैं, Sandeep ji, this is just a picture, right? This is just a sample picture, a reference picture. It's not a will. यहाँ पे सिर्फ हैंड राइटिंग दिखाना मेरा ऑब्जेक्टिव था. अभिषेक ने बोला है कि इफ आर डूइंग इन नॉमिनेशन एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट, विल की क्या जरूरत है? लेट मी break this myth for all of you today. These are my mutual funds. Somebody's mutual funds, let's say. Some amount of mutual funds. Let's say 50 lakh. This is person A. Unfortunately, dies intestate. Now you understand what is intestate. He had a nominee as his wife, B. So why to write a will when I know that out of this 50 lakh rupees, the entire money will go to the wife who is B as a nominee, because she's nominee in my mutual funds. What do you think? The wife will get the entire money as she is a nominee in mutual fund records. And A has done this by his signature, making a nominee to his wife. What's your answer? Yes. So Abhishek is saying कि wife and kid can take the money. Anybody else? Any input on this? This is the biggest myth, Abhishek, that people are having in this country. Certainly the wife can receive this money. She will go to the mutual fund company with all formalities, death certificate, succession certificate, nomination, वो सब कुछ करेगी, form fill up करेगी, and she will receive this money. Believe me, guys, still she is not the owner of this money. The other legal heirs, which include the mother and all the children of A, would be the equally owner of this money. Even the wife receives, they can go to the court and challenge it, right? Because nomination just give you a receiver's right, not an owner's right. Otherwise, who will write a will? Please understand how much will is important, because will is something which is a legal document to make somebody owner of your assets. The people जो इस मुगालते में है कि नॉमिनेशन बना दिया, सामने वाले को मालिक बना दिया, इससे बाहर आ जाइए, राइट? इससे बाहर आ जाइए, ऐसा नहीं होता है, राइट? And I used to travel across the country for HDFC Mutual Fund and ICC Mutual Fund and some other mutual fund companies. And this is my habit. After my sessions, I used to ask to the people sitting, क्या आपकी सारी संपत्ति आपको वाइफ को जाएगी आपके जाने के बाद बिना कुछ किए? 90% लोगों का जवाब होता था यस. उनको पता ही नहीं है कि वाइफ के अलावा माँ, बच्चे, वो सब लीगल हेयर्स हैं. वाइफ इज ओनली eligible for one part of his assets. अगर विल में मालिक बना के जा रहा है तो बात अलग है, बना दिया, कंप्लीट की मालिक है. लेकिन अगर विल नहीं लिखी और चला गया, only one part of the asset will go to the wife and the rest of legal heirs in class 1, जो मैं आगे पढ़ाने वाला हूँ तीसरे कल तो नहीं हो पाएगा, जिसमें बात करेंगे कि क्लास 1 हेयर्स कौन कौन से हैं, जहां पे अगर इंटरस्टेट सक्सेशन हो रहा है तो पहले कौन आएगा, सेकंड नंबर किसका आएगा, थर्ड नंबर किसका आएगा, फोर्थ किसका आएगा। तो हिंदू सक्सेशन एक्ट में क्लास 1, क्लास सेकंड, एग्नेट्स एंड कॉग्नेट्स ऐसे बना हुआ है। तो हम सीखेंगे कि अगर विल नहीं लिखी हो तो कितनी परेशानी में आदमी आ सकता है और कैसे कैसे प्रॉपर्टी बढ़ेगी, राइट। तो ये मैंने बीच में ले लिया, ठीक है। अभी यहाँ पे एक चीज और यहाँ बताता हूं कि अगर लाइफ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी हो या पब्लिक प्रोविडेंट फंड हो, ये दो ऐसे इन्वेस्टमेंट हैं, यानी लाइफ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी एंड पीपीएफ, these are two investments wherein nominee is the owner of money. 2015 में एक अमेंडमेंट आया था इंश्योरेंस में, जहां पे ये कहा गया कि लाइफ इंश्योरेंस में नॉमिनी विल बी द ओनर ऑफ द मनी, फिर उसको एक्ट के हिसाब से यू नीड टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट, बट दैट इज नॉट इन द केस ऑफ म्यूचुअल फंड, योर फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट और एनी अदर इन्वेस्टमेंट, बट लाइफ इंश्योरेंस एंड पीपीएफ, प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस। Riya, ask your question. What do you want to ask?
सर आप वापस से रिपीट कर सकते हैं? मुझे ये समझ, अगर वो नॉमिनी है म्यूचुअल फंड का, एफडी का, तो वो ओनर कैसे नहीं हुआ फिर?
ऑनर नहीं हुआ, वो रिसीव कर सकता है, वो घर लेके जा सकता है, उसकी जिम्मेदारी ये है कि बाकी सब में भी बांटेगा वो। If he is nominee, he can only take that money for the time being from the mutual fund company. But he is not owner. He cannot spend that money. He has to distribute that money in the other legal heir also. Let's say I take an example in front of you. If a male member dies with some mutual funds, तो क्लास 1 में लीगल हेयर होती है मदर, वाइफ, लेट्स से चिल्ड्रन है, बच्चे हैं, 2 ले लेता हूं, डॉटर और सन। अगर वाइफ नॉमिनी है भी तो मरने वाले की मदर, डॉटर और सन, बच्चे ज्यादा हो तो ज्यादा हो जाएंगे, यहाँ 2 का एग्जांपल लिया है, इन सबको 1/4 1/4 1/4 1/4 में ये म्यूचुअल फंड बटेगा। Are you getting this? If the wife doesn't give this, the other legal heirs like mother and children can go to the court. So holographic will we are done with handwritten wills that are written by the person making the will called the testator and have not been witnessed or notarized or called holographic wills. So be entirely in the testator's handwriting, or the material provisions must be in the testator handwriting. This is very, very important. What is material provisions? Please try to understand material information or material provisions are the provisions which are important. जब मैं कहता हूं ना ये इंफॉर्मेशन तो material information है, इसका मतलब ये है कि important information है। Clearly describe the property and identify the beneficiaries to whom the property is to be distributed. ये तो सब में ही होता है। Be signed by the testator, ये भी होगा ही होगा, ठीक है। तो बस आपको ये ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि हैंड रिटन विल इज holograph. What do you think? A handwritten will is better or a typed will is better? What do you think, guys? Which increases the authenticity of a will? A handwritten will or a typed will? Which has more authenticity? Typed legal will, okay. Handwritten will, okay. Definitely handwritten will, because handwritten will को चैलेंज नहीं किया जाता। अगर हैंड राइटिंग एक्सपर्ट के पास मामला जाता है और ही प्रूव्स कि यस ये उसी आदमी का हैंड राइटिंग है, nobody can challenge that will, खत्म हो गया वही चैप्टर, राइट। सो हैंड रिटन विल आर द विल व्हिच is basically has more advantage than a typed will, right? Because अगर ये प्रूव होता है कि यस उसी ने अपने हाथ से लिखी है, क्योंकि हैंड राइटिंग एक अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा सबूत है कि यस ये उसने ही लिखा है, राइट। तो हैंड रिटन will definitely have an advantage, guys, in the court. What is duplicate will? Duplicate will is nothing but making copies of the will, right? So that basically I can keep this will अटल दीप भैया मुंह से बोलो क्वेश्चन। बोलिए अटल देव, क्या
हेलो।
क्वेश्चन है? हाँ
हेलो सर, आपने बोला था सर जो विल होगी सर वो 1/4 होगी डिवाइड।
हाँ, तो भाई हस्बैंड है,
हाँ जैसे ही सर
वाइफ
किसी के
है,
साथ, हाँ
डॉटर
जैसे
है,
सर,
सन है।
हाँ
मान
किसी
लीजिए
के
एक
सर
बच्चा और
3,
कर दो,
हाँ
सन 1 सन 2 कर दो क्या?
हाँ जैसे कि सर किसी के साथ 3 बच्चे हैं तो सर उनको सर कितना कितना मिलेगा?
3 बच्चे हैं, हस्बैंड तो चला ही गया ना, या मदर आ जाएगी।
हम्म,
कितने रह गए? 1 2 3 4 5, तो 1/5 1/5 कर दो, और इक्वली तो करना है, इतनी सी मैथमेटिक्स
ओके
लगा
सर,
दो
ओके
बस।
ओके
एक बच्चा और कर दूं, 1/6 हो जाएगा,
ओके सर, ओके समझ
ऐसे
गया।
कर लो।
ओके
So what you need to understand that in the class 1 here, mother will be there, wife will be there, and all the children, अब बच्चे कितने भी हों, ठीक है, सब में बराबर है। इसमें अभी आगे तुम पढ़ोगे अगली क्लास में कि मान लीजिए यहाँ पे किसी बच्चे की डेथ हो जाती है, सन की डेथ हो गई, तो यहाँ पे अगर सन की वाइफ भी है तो वो भी एक हिस्से की मालिक है। लेकिन आगे पढ़ेंगे हिंदू सक्सेशन एक्ट में, अभी नहीं जाएंगे, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है वो। So what I'm trying to make you understand, duplicate will is nothing but it's basically making copies of the will so that you can basically keep some copies of the will safe, right? So a duplicate will is one where a testator executes 2 copies of the will. Usually one copy is written by the testator who writes the will, and the other are basically deposited with another person to keep it safe. Because sometimes what may happen that if anything happens with your will, then it can be a big problem, right? And as I already told you that executor के पास भी वो copy रख ही सकते हैं, right? Trustee, it's in the case of trust also. This may be done for safety or safekeeping of a will, right? In order for a duplicate will to be considered valid, the testator must execute duplicate copy as was done for the original. So whatever the formality has been done in the original copy, if it's registered, everything should be done by the duplicate will also, because it's again an original copy of the will. Further, if the testator destroys the original in his custody, all copies regarded duplicate are to be considered as revoked, right? तो revoke का मतलब होता है cancellation हो जाएगा, ठीक है ना? कि अगर वो कह देता है कि भाई destroys का मतलब he himself is destroying the will, he himself is basically cancelling the will. So definitely all the duplicate copies will also be considered as revoked, means cancelled, right? अगर original copy cancel कर दिया गया तो duplicate will definitely be cancelled. और आपने देखा भी होगा कभी कभी डॉक्यूमेंट का डुप्लीकेट कॉपी मिलता है, तो डुप्लीकेट कॉपी इज नथिंग बट इट्स एन ओरिजिनल कॉपी का ही डुप्लीकेट कॉपी, बट इट्स एब्सोल्युटली वैलिड डॉक्यूमेंट, राइट? And duplicate copy is always taken for the having in the sake of that if something happens with one copy, let's say by mistake it goes misplaced or something like that, so you can definitely have a reference of that duplicate copy. But original copy, if yourself you have destroyed it, cancelled it, definitely the duplicate copy will also be get revoked. Revoked means cancellation. Now please pay attention. We are already done with the type of will which has been given in your syllabus. Now we come to some very important points about the will which are not there in your books, but I have taken these points to make will more clear for you, because you will not find this in your FPSB books, right? Registration of will is not mandatory. Guys, please remember, you can register any document. Generally, you must have seen this registration formalities when you do an agreement, when you buy a house, when you buy a flat, when you buy a land. That agreement happens at the sub-registrar office, right? So you can basically register a will, but it is not mandatory. But tell me one thing, if your will is registered, will the authenticity increases the will of the will? Is there benefit to you if you register your will? If you go to the sub-registrar office and register your will, what does happen? That your will gets documented in the records of the government. Yes, we are also witness that somebody has come to sub-registrar office on that particular day with 2 witnesses, and that will is registered. Please remember, registered will definitely have an advantage. I'm telling you the example, a practical example. अगर मैं राजस्थान की बात करूं, पता नहीं अच्छे लॉयर्स को, अगर आपके पास रजिस्टर्ड विल है, रजिस्टर्ड विल, और X आदमी ने Y आदमी को एक मकान, a house has been given to Y by X in a registered will, ये लिखा हुआ है कि भाई मेरे जाने के बाद this particular property will go to Y and this will is registered with the sub registered office. ये Y बता क्या करेगा? After the death of X will go to the, let's say that makan is Jaipur Development Authority approved, it will go to JDA, and on the basis of that registered will, JDA will transfer this house in the name of Y. That is the beauty of registered will. कोर्ट में जाने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. आगे पढ़ोगे कि प्रोबेटिंग एक प्रोसेस होता है कि विल को जब आप प्रोबेट कराते हो, कोर्ट से ऑर्डर लेते हो, उसे प्रोबेटिंग कहते हैं. आगे पढ़ाऊंगा. मतलब देयर इज नो रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ प्रोसेस एज पर द राजस्थान लॉ. रजिस्टर्ड विल लाओ और मकान नाम कर लो. इतनी इंपॉर्टेंस है रजिस्टर्ड विल, बट मैंडेटरी नहीं है. You can write a will on a simple paper with 2 witnesses and can put it down in any of the shelf. Right? Sometimes what happens, let's say, if I take an example of my own grandfather, he gave his will to a neighbor whom he is more confident. You know, he had a confidence ki bhai, and hua bhi aisa hi. After the death of my grandfather, he came and he said that this is the will he gave to me. So you can give to your will to anyone, you know. Handwritten will थी, उन्होंने दे दी. After the death of my grandfather, he came and gave to my all my parents and their siblings. So registration of the will is not mandatory. What if in case of handwritten will there is no witness is necessary? No valid will. Witness नहीं है तो valid नहीं है, right? Will is registered under the Registration Act and the authenticity increases and one copy always lie with the registrar office. That's why I'm telling you that in the record of the government of Rajasthan, let's say in government of any state, जहां भी आप register कर रहे हो, वहां के records में वो document आ गया है, right? कोर्ट में जाएगा, उसकी validity बढ़ जाएगी, right? Stamp duty पे नहीं करना है, खर्चे का काम बिल्कुल नहीं है. The people who think that registering a will is a expensive affair, forget it. Only 500 रुपया registration fees. मकान थोड़ी खरीद रहे हो जो stamp duty चुकाओ, ठीक है? Stamp duty is nothing but it's a duty which you pay when you register an agreement, right? Specifically when you buy a house, but it does not need to be paid in case of writing, registering a will. Relax. Signature is mandatory, definitely. You are a testator, you need to sign. Each page signature required. If you have 4 or 5 pages in will, sign all those pages. बताओ क्यों mandatory होगा? Why signing the each page is mandatory? Tell me. Why? अरे घर में कोई will लिखेगा तो उसे knowledge दे पाओगे. You can guide people in your house, in your family, that it is required. Otherwise क्या होगा? There might be some people who can keep a paper out from that original will, right? Sign रहेगा तो कोई ऐसा नहीं कर पाएगा. Nobody can do this, you know. So there is possibility, ठीक है? You might have seen this in Hindi films also, right? So nobody can change the paper. Abhishek, absolutely correct, right? Legatee could be individual, trust, naturally. So beneficiaries could be individual. They can be a trust. Then give a Hindu undivided family also. Legatee means beneficiary. A witness has to be attested. Witness को attest करना है. Witness होने चाहिए basically. Who is a beneficiary can't attest a witness, right? Or cannot be a witness. An executor can attest a witness, but preferably third person. So executor can be a witness, as I already told you, but preferably you should be a third person as a witness. A beneficiary cannot be a witness in any case. Witness from medical officer should be preferred. Anybody who is a medical officer, a government medical officer, if you have a witness, your authenticity of the will increase. Tell me why? Why only the medical officer or a lawyer also, right? Because these are the professions which are very highly respected. So instead of making someone, right? आपको लगता है कि किसी को भी witness बना दो, make someone witness जो साउंड माइंडेड लोग हैं, ये मतलब इनका दिमाग कहते हैं कि दे आर गुड पीपल, मेडिकल ऑफिसर को बनाओ या लॉयर को बनाओ, डॉक्टर को बनाओ तो थोड़ा ठीक रहता है, विश्वास है कोर्ट को विल पे. Hiring profession people for writing a will, they can also be witness. Yes. So there are lot of firms in India also, specifically in Mumbai and Delhi, where in fact in Chennai also, there people hire professions for writing a will. You can hire some good lawyers to write your will, and they can also be a witness.